Tamale was beaten with a wire cable at the back. I heard the sound of the...
For journalists in Uganda, truth-telling has become a dangerous mission. They step into the field with cameras, not weapons, with questions, not threats. This isn't the first time journalists in Uganda have faced violence. From election coverage to protests, reporters have repeatedly become targets.
Abasirikale ab'amagye bansise kooti okigera omwankutte obulago ng'agezaako okuntuga ne mugamba kakati onsalira musango gwakulwanira abantu b'enkiikirira ndi mukulembeze ntumiddwa okigera tuze tugoberera enkola ey'amateeka abeekalakasa mubakuba n'abayita mu nkola ey'amateeka mubakuba kati olwo abantu kole.
Two journalists were abducted during a by-election. They were there to capture the pulse of Kawempe North, to tell the stories of its people.
The security guys just came and started asking for their cameras one by one. Wow. Which they gave. They didn't hesitate. In the process of giving, another one shouted an order that you arrest whoever is putting on press. Let us take them.
The recent abduction and assault of journalists during the Kawempe North by-election is just one chapter in a disturbing pattern, a pattern where those who expose the truth become targets.
Have been taken to the drone, and then they told me your other colleague was putting on a helmet because it was Tamale, was badly beaten. Wow. So
in 2021, reporters covering opposition campaigns were beaten in broad daylight. In 2019, journalists documenting human rights violations were arrested and detained without charge. Now, in 2025, history repeats itself.
They asked me to remove my press jacket, my bulletproof, and everything I had that identifies me, and they asked me to entrust it with them. I'll pick it at a later stage. So
for Uganda's press community, these attacks are not just an assault on individuals. They are an attack on the freedom to inform, to question, and to hold power to account.
See what has happened today? We are far from that. We are far from the rhetoric of having this country, first of all, in democracy, but far from the rhetoric of having a professional army. The escapism that the Minister of Information here is appropriately using to run away from accountability and give empty apologies is clear that that has been their script. Let me tell you, KUZA Angola. At KUZA Angola, the person who was there, the journalists were covering, the Canary Mugumes were covering, they were covering, I think, the FDC candidate, Khalifa Aganaga. They were covering the candidate, and security descended on them.
They were covering the NRM candidate.
They were covering the NRM candidate. Yes. And they strictly came and descended on them because this was on live TV. It doesn't need investigation. It needs for one to be honest and apologize.
I think it is a very sad story. Like you said, when he was arrested about 13 days ago, and after the publisher of the newspaper raised the alarm, and we made all efforts to get in touch with the federal government authority to confirm where the guy was taken to. We were in touch with the DSS office, the police, the Office of the National Security Advisor, the Minister of Information, and they said they've made their own contact and nobody had been able to confirm where the guy was being kept. So we keep on issuing statement appealing to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to order his release. And the more we press for that, the more they kept on telling us, no, we don't know where this guy was being kept. So after some days, we were in touch with the Nigerian Union of Journalists, the International Press Institute, and we told them that there's need for us to organize ourselves and see how we can make a collective effort to get to know where this guy is. But unfortunately, one of the group, International Press Institute, was able to track him to the Defense Intelligence Agency facility, and even when they tracked him to that facilities, and we called the defense chiefs and the guy in charge, and they denied. We even called we even got in touch with National Security Officer. They also denied. We got in touch with Minister of Information. They denied. But the more they denied, the more our source from there kept telling us that there's need for us to move very fast to save the life of this guy. So last night we sent out invitation that we're going to have a world press conference today to alert the world about what is happening. It was at that point that they got in touch with the Minister of Information and confirmed that the guy was actually with them. That was last night. And the Minister of Information quickly asked them to release the guy, otherwise they will be in trouble. And they promised they were going to release this guy this morning. And there was an attempt to ask us to call off the press conference. And we said, no, we're not going to call off the press conference. Because if some military guys still believe that they are above the law, or still find it very difficult to subject themselves to civil authority, then there's a problem. How can a DIA agent, for example, lie to the National Security Advisor, lie to the Minister of Information and other senior government officials about the whereabouts of Segun Olatunji? For us, that is our concern, and we believe that it's not something we can just gloss over. There's need for the president to take immediate action and investigate the matter and see how they can punish those who were involved in such.
As the world watches, Uganda faces a critical test. Will those responsible for these attacks face justice? And more importantly, will the truth still have a voice? Because silencing the press never silences the truth. Newsroom, Maisha TV. My name is Joy Madoya.